Imagine standing on the very edge of the world, where the solid certainty of land gives way to the endless, breathing mystery of the sea. The air is cold and carries a sharp, salty tang that cleanses your lungs with every breath. It's dark, not the oppressive dark of a closed room, but a vast, velvety darkness stretched taut from horizon to horizon, punctured only by the faintest pricks of fading starlight. This is the quiet before the symphony, a profound and ancient silence, broken only by the rhythmic, hushed sigh of waves kissing the shore, a sound so constant it becomes the very pulse of the planet beneath your feet. You've come here, perhaps weary, perhaps seeking, answering a call buried deep in human memory, a primal instinct to witness the daily rebirth of light. This moment right now is a covenant between you and the horizon. The world holds its breath. And then it begins. Not with a sudden explosion, but with a subtle softening in the east. That absolute black begins to dilute into a deep, inky indigo, as if the night itself is thinning, becoming porous. This indigo gently bleeds into a wash of violet, a color that feels both cool and promising. The change is glacial, almost imperceptible if you stare directly at it, but undeniable when you glance away and look back. The horizon line, once invisible, now etches itself as a delicate seam between two shifting shades of dark. This is the prologue, the slow turning of the first page of a luminous story written across the sky. The violet deepens, warms, inviting whispers of rose and mauve to seep into its fabric. These are not bold colors yet. They are shy, pastel suggestions of the brilliance to come, like the first gentle notes a musician plays to tune an instrument. The clouds, if there are any, transform from shapeless black shadows into silhouettes edged with this nascent glow, their undersides brushed with a faint peach hue. The sea, which moments ago was a featureless void, now reveals itself as a restless, dark sheet of hammered metal, reflecting the faintest hint of the sky's transformation. You can begin to see the white lace of waves breaking, a sight that was only sound before. This slow, deliberate unveiling is not a delay. It is the entire point. In our world of instant gratification, the sunrise demands patience. It teaches you to slow your heartbeat, to match the ocean's rhythm, to quiet the internal chatter and simply be present. Every subtle shift in hue, every slight increase in luminosity is a reward for your attention. The cool, pre-dawn air nips at your skin, a physical sensation that roots you firmly in the experience, making you feel acutely alive. The scent of damp sand and salt intensifies. The world is waking up around you. A lone seabird might call out, a haunting cry that seems to echo the longing in your own chest. This building anticipation is a delicious tension. You are a witness to a celestial event that has played out every single day for billions of years, yet this performance, here and now, feels crafted solely for you. The horizon is now a band of vibrant tangerine and flamingo pink, a fierce glow that promises fire. The stars have completely surrendered, fading into the advancing blue. And just at the point where the anticipation becomes almost unbearable, when the colors are so rich they seem to vibrate, you see it the first, blinding sliver of pure, liquid gold. It's not a ball, it's a sliver, a brilliant arc of light so intense it seems to etch itself into your vision. The sunrise proper has begun. This first contact is a moment of breathtaking singularity. All that build-up, all that patient waiting crystallizes into that one perfect sliver of sun. It doesn't just appear, it manifests, asserting its presence with a quiet, undeniable authority. The world, which had been painted in cool tones, is suddenly and irrevocably changed. That first light doesn't just illuminate, it transfigures, it touches everything with meaning, casting long, stretching shadows behind you, as if your own form is now part of the landscape story. The ocean's surface, once dark and mysterious, is instantly gilded, transforming into a shifting, molten pathway of light that leads directly from your feet to the heart of the sun. This is the hook, the shocking, beautiful, and utterly universal moment of connection. You are no longer just an observer. You are participating in a ritual as old as time. That warmth on your face, the first tangible gift of the new day, is the same warmth felt by every human who ever stood on a shore, by every creature that has ever turned its face to the dawn. In that golden sliver, you feel a shock of recognition, a connection to the planet, to history, to the sheer, staggering fact of existence. This is the hook that will keep you here, that will make you understand this is not just a pretty view, but an experience. And this experience is just the beginning, because what happens next, as that sliver grows and pours its light over the world, redefines everything you see, including your own place within it. Stay with me, because the story of this light is about to transform the entire world. And more importantly, it's about to transform you. As that initial, razor-thin arc of sun steadily swells into a radiant, golden dome, the phenomenon known as the golden hour officially commences, and this is where the true, jaw-dropping magic of a coastal sunrise unfolds. The light is no longer just coming from a point on the horizon. It now floods the entire seascape, but it does so with a character utterly distinct from the harsh, overhead glare of midday. This early light travels through a much thicker layer of the Earth's atmosphere, which acts as a colossal natural filter. Shorter, bluer wavelengths of light are scattered away, leaving the longer, warmer red, orange, and yellow wavelengths to dominate. This is the scientific explanation, but the lived experience is pure poetry. The light becomes tangible, a liquid, honeyed gold that seems to have weight and viscosity. It doesn't just fall on objects. It coats them. It saturates them. Look at the wet sand near the water's edge. It's no longer just beige. It becomes a shimmering mirror of polished bronze, reflecting the sky with such fidelity that the boundary between earth and air blurs. Each receding wave leaves a temporary, glossy film that captures the fiery colors above in a fleeting, liquid canvas. Every tiny shell, every petal, casts a long, exaggerated shadow, creating a textured, dramatic landscape out of the once flat beach. The dunes and any grasses behind you are transformed, backlit into silhouettes of deep umber and sienna, each blade edged with a fiery halo. This transformational light performs its most spectacular alchemy on the water itself. The ocean is no longer a single entity, but a breathtaking, dynamic mosaic. Close to the shore, where the water is shallow and churned by waves, it shines with a translucent, amber glow, like looking through a bottle of finest ale. Further out, the deeper water becomes a rich, royal blue, but it's a blue now, infused with warmth, like sapphires viewed by candlelight. And on the surface, the path of the sun, the glitter path, is not a static line, but a living, breathing river of incandescent mercury. It's a highway of a billion dancing diamonds, each one a sunbeam reflected off a tiny wave facet. This path shimmers, pulsates, and ripples with the rhythm of the swell, a mesmerizing, hypnotic display of pure light in motion. If you're fortunate enough to have clouds in the sky, they become the masterpiece's grand backdrop. They are no longer mere weather formations. They are the canvases upon which the sunrise paints its most dramatic strokes. The undersides of these clouds, which minutes ago were touched with pastel, now catch fire. They blaze in shades of impossible crimson, molten gold, and vibrant apricot. The higher, wispy cirrus clouds might glow with a delicate pinkish-orange hue, like strands of cotton candy dipped in light. These clouds aren't just reflecting light. They are amplifying it, scattering it across the sky in a diffuse, heavenly radiance that bathes everything in a soft, ethereal glow. This is the light that photographers and artists chase, the light that eliminates harshness, smooths imperfections, and infuses every subject with a sense of awe and wonder. But the impact goes far beyond the visual. This golden light has a profound psychological and biological effect. The specific color, temperature, and increasing intensity signal to your brain's hypothalamus to slow the production of melatonin, the sleep hormone, and begin the release of cortisol, which helps you feel alert and awake. This isn't just a feeling, it's a hardwired physiological response. You are literally being rewired by the dawn. The combination of this warm light, the negative ions produced by the crashing waves, and the rhythmic sound of the surf creates a potent natural therapy for the mind. The anxiety that may have clung to you in the dark begins to loosen its grip. The endless to-do list in your mind seems to quiet, its urgency diluted by the vast, timeless panorama before you. A sense of peace, not as a passive absence of worry, but as an active, spacious calm, settles into your bones. This is the moment you begin to feel the sunrise, not just see it. It's a holistic, full-body experience of regeneration. The warmth on your skin is a gentle, nurturing embrace. The fresh, salty air fills your lungs, feeling more like sustenance than mere breath. You may find yourself taking deeper, slower breaths without even thinking about it, synchronizing your own rhythm with that of the tide. This is the universe's most fundamental reset button. In this golden hour, possibilities feel endless. The blank slate of the new day isn't intimidating, it's inviting. The problems of yesterday are washed away, not forgotten, but viewed in this new, kinder light that seems to offer perspective and potential solutions. You are not just watching a sunrise, you are being recalibrated by it, aligned with a natural cycle that humans have intrinsically understood for millennia, but have too often shut out behind walls and screens. This experience is a powerful reminder that you are a part of this nature, not separate from it. The golden light connects you to everything it touches, dissolving the illusion of separation. And as the sun continues its inevitable ascent, this golden hour reaches its peak of intensity, a crescendo of light and color that feels like it will last forever. But it is fleeting, which is the source of its profound beauty. This transient, magical quality is what makes it so precious, urging you to be fully, completely present, to drink in every second before the character of the light inevitably begins its next beautiful shift. The peak of the golden hour is a moment of such saturated, overwhelming beauty that it feels eternal, a permanent state of celestial grace. But the sun's journey is relentless, and the most profound lesson of the dawn is embedded in this very transience. As the sun's disk continues to lift, clear of the horizon now and asserting its full, round presence, the light begins its subtle, majestic transformation. The deep, fiery gold and dramatic oranges start to soften and blend. The intense, directional beams that created long, dramatic shadows begin to shorten and soften their edges. The sky, which was a riot of localized color concentrated near the horizon, now starts to normalize into a more uniform, brightening blue. This is the transition into what is often called the blue hour of morning, but it's a misnomer of sorts, because it's not just blue, it's a harmonization. The warm tones don't vanish, they become infused throughout the entire atmosphere. The world is now bathed in a clean, crisp, optimistic light. This is the light of full day, but it's still fresh and new, devoid of the fatigue that afternoon light can sometimes carry. With this shift in illumination comes a total transformation in the scene's detail and activity. What was once a study in grand silhouettes and broad strokes of color now becomes a masterpiece of intricate detail. You can see the individual grains of sand in the dunes, the intricate patterns of foam left by waves, the specific colors and markings on shells that were just dark shapes before. The ocean reveals its true palette, deep navy in the troughs, emerald green over shoals, and brilliant aquamarine where the sun penetrates shallow, sandy bottoms. The sunlight penetrates the water's surface, creating shimmering, wobbly patterns of light on the seabed below, a phenomenon known as caustics, that dance and flicker like underwater ghosts. This is when the world truly wakes up. The solitary seabird's cry is joined by others, forming a chorus. Gulls begin to wheel and dive, their white feathers gleaming in the new sun. Sandpipers dart along the water's edge on impossibly quick legs, probing for breakfast. If you're near rocks, you might see crabs scuttling back into their holes, or anemones opening in tidal pools that now glitter like jewel boxes. The sunrise is no longer just a sky show. It is the catalyst for the entire ecosystem's daily cycle. Life is responding directly to the gift of light and warmth. This awakening extends to you as well. The deep meditative stillness you cultivated in the dark and the awe you felt during the golden burst of color now evolve into a state of clear, energized presence. The sense of peace matures into a sense of capability. The vastness of the ocean, which might have felt overwhelming in the dark, now feels inspiring. Its horizon line symbolizes not an end, but a beginning, a limitlessness that sparks imagination. This is the psychological power of witnessing a sunrise. It provides a metaphorical clean slate. The past, with its mistakes, regrets, is literally behind you, shrouded in the retreating night. The future is that bright, open horizon, full of potential. The present moment is this solid ground beneath your feet, the warm light on your face, the salt air in your lungs. It is tangible and real. Neuroscientific research suggests that experiences of awe, like witnessing grand natural phenomena, can reduce stress, increase creative thinking, and promote a greater sense of connection to the world. You are literally giving your brain a health treatment. Furthermore, the act of seeking out this experience, of deliberately placing yourself in nature to witness a fundamental planetary event, is a powerful assertion of agency. In a world where we are constantly reactive to notifications, to demands, to the news, this is a proactive choice for wonder. It's a statement that for this 1 hour, you are prioritizing nourishment for your soul over the clutter of everyday life. This clarity is the sunrise's second, deeper gift. The first was the shock of beauty. The second is the calm, powerful realization that comes after. It's the understanding that you carry this light within you. The colors may fade from the sky, but the feeling of expansion, of possibility, of connection does not have to. You begin to see how the lessons of the dawn apply to your life, the value of patience during the dark, slow build-up, the transformative power of a shift in perspective, like the light changing everything, the importance of fully embracing beautiful, fleeting moments, and the constant, reassuring promise of a new beginning every single day. The physical sunrise is ending, but your internal sunrise is just gaining strength. The world is now fully illuminated, facts are clear, details are visible. The mystery of dawn has given way to the knowable reality of day. But that mystery hasn't disappeared, it has been internalized. You now hold the memory of that transition from dark to light, from cool to warm, from silent to alive within you. And it is from this place of full awake, detailed engagement with the present moment, that we can begin to consciously carry the dawn's wisdom forward, not as a fleeting memory, but as a living practice that can illuminate our path long after we've left the shore. Carrying the dawn forward is where the true, lasting transformation occurs. It's one thing to be moved by a spectacular moment on a beach. It's another to allow that moment to reshape the fabric of your daily life. The sunrise offers us a masterclass in principles that, if integrated, can fundamentally alter our perspective and resilience. Let's start with the most obvious lesson, the daily reset. The sunrise is the planet's most powerful symbol of a fresh start. It happens without fail, regardless of what happened the day before, regardless of storms, tragedies, or triumphs. This is an unwavering promise of renewal. We can adopt this by creating our own smaller sunrise rituals. It doesn't have to be a dawn. It's the principle that matters. It could be the first 5 minutes of your morning with a cup of tea in silence, intentionally not looking at your phone, but instead looking out a window, remembering the vastness you felt. It's a deliberate pause to acknowledge that today is a new day, separate from yesterday, with its own potential. This practice actively fights against the accumulated weight of the past, the carrying over of yesterday's stress into today's blank page. Then, there's the lesson of patience and the beauty of the build-up. In an instant access culture, we are trained to expect results immediately. The sunrise defies this. It cannot be rushed. The most profound part of the experience is often the quiet, slow anticipation in the pre-dawn light, This teaches us the value of process over mere outcome. Whether it's working toward a goal, learning a skill, or mending a relationship, meaningful things have a necessary arc of development. Embracing the pre-dawn phase of our endeavors, the research, the practice, the quiet effort when no one is watching can infuse the journey itself with purpose and mindfulness, making the eventual sunrise of achievement all the more meaningful and grounded. Next, consider the transformative power of a shift in perspective, literally illuminated by the changing light. The same stretch of beach was a mysterious, dark void, then a golden, magical pathway, then a detailed, vibrant ecosystem. The physical reality didn't change, but your perception of it was utterly revolutionized by the light. This is a powerful metaphor for our own challenges. A problem that seems insurmountable in the dark of stress, fatigue, or a narrow viewpoint can look completely different in the new light of a fresh perspective, a good night's sleep, or a conversation with a trusted friend. The sunrise reminds us that our first perception of a situation is not the only one, and that waiting for or actively seeking a new light can reveal solutions and beauty we were blind to before. Furthermore, the sunrise embodies the balance between awe and action. The initial moments are pure, receptive awe, surrendered to something vastly greater than yourself. But as the full day emerges, the focus shifts to the details, the activity, the life stirred by that light. This mirrors a healthy approach to life. We need moments of transcendent awe to lift our eyes from the grind and connect us to something larger, to fuel our inspiration and humility. But we also need the clear, detailed light of day to take practical, grounded action. Without the other leads to either disembodied spirituality or mundane drudgery. The sunrise cycle beautifully marries the two. Finally, there is the lesson of impermanence and presence. The most breathtaking phase, the golden hour, is acutely transient. Its beauty is inextricably linked to the fact that it will not last. This is a direct teaching in non-attachment and the imperative to be present. It shouts, "This moment is here now." Feel it fully. Do not miss it by worrying about its end or by trying to capture it perfectly on your phone. This practice of deep presence, of feeling the L, listening to the waves, watching the colors shift, without immediately labeling or sharing them, is a muscle we can strengthen. We can apply it to a conversation, a meal, a walk. It's the act of regularly pulling ourselves out of the stream of mental commentary and into the raw experience of being alive. By consciously integrating these principles, the daily reset, patient process, shifted perspective, balance of awe and action, and practice presence, we stop the sunrise from being just a memory. We allow it to become a living template. We begin to notice sunrises in small moments throughout our day, a sudden insight, a moment of connection with someone, a small victory, a beam of light through a window. The grand celestial event becomes a personal, internal compass, guiding us back to a state of wonder, clarity, and purposeful engagement with our own lives long after we've left the shoreline and returned to the world of responsibilities. So, where does this leave us? We've journeyed from the hushed anticipation of pre-dawn through the shocking golden hook of first light into the transformative glow that rewires our mind and body, through the clarifying detail of full day, and finally into the internalization of the dawn's timeless lessons. But this isn't just a passive analysis, it's a call to a different way of being. The final and perhaps most important truth about a sunrise over the ocean is this: its greatest purpose is to be witnessed. Its beauty is relational. It exists in its full glory, not just in the physics of light and atmosphere, but in the experience of the creature who sees it, feels its warmth, and is changed by it. That creature is you. This experience is an open invitation, a daily ceremony that the planet holds, free of charge, asking only for your attention. And in a world saturated with digital stimulation, curated content, and artificial realities, this raw, unfiltered, awe-inspiring reality is not just a nice option, it is an essential nutrient for the human spirit. We are suffering from a deficit of awe, a condition some psychologists call anesthesia of the extraordinary, where we become numb to the wonders that surround us because we are drowning in a sea of mundane distractions and simulated experiences. The sunrise is the antidote. It is the original high-definition, immersive experience that no virtual reality headset can ever truly replicate because it engages all your senses and reminds you that you are a physical, breathing part of a living, breathing world. Therefore, this is not merely a conclusion to a video script. This is your personal invitation, your call to action. I am not just telling you about a sunrise. I am urging you with everything I have to go and have this experience for yourself. Do not let this be just a concept you heard about. Make a plan. Check the sunrise time for your nearest large body of water and ocean, a great lake, a major river. Put it in your calendar as the most important appointment of your week. Go to bed early. Set the alarm. Drive there in the dark. Feel the minor inconvenience of the early hour, because that effort is part of the ritual. It increases the value of the reward. Stand there, phone away, and give the horizon your full attention for the entire performance, from the first hint of indigo to the full light of day. Do it alone for introspection, or do it with someone you love to share wordless, profound connection. But do it. Let it be your own experiment. Test the hypotheses we've discussed. Does the slow build teach you patience? Does the golden light alter your mood? Does the full dawn bring clarity? Does it feel like a reset? Be the scientist of your own soul. And then after you've experienced it, the second part of your mission begins. Integrate it. Take one of those lessons, the daily reset, the patience for process, the search for new perspectives, and consciously practice it for a week. See if it changes your inner landscape, and finally share it. This is the powerful closing call to action. I want you to become an ambassador for awe. Your sharing isn't about getting the perfect Instagram shot, though you might take one. It's deeper. Tell someone about how it felt. Describe the cold air, the sound, the moment the sun broke the horizon. Invite them to go with you next time. In sharing your authentic experience, you plant a seed. You remind another person that there's a world of profound beauty operating on a grand, slow, majestic scale just beyond their daily worries. You offer them a key to a different state of being. So here is your mission, should you choose to accept it. First, witness. Go see a sunrise over water. Give it your full presence. Second, integrate. Choose one dawn lesson and live it for a week. Third, share. Pass the invitation on. Tell your story. In doing this, you do something revolutionary. You push back against the noise and haste. You reclaim your attention and your sense of wonder. You align yourself with the most reliable, beautiful rhythm on earth. You remember what it is to be not just a consumer of life, but a participant in its grand, daily miracle. The sunrise will happen tomorrow, and the next day, and the next, with or without you. But the question is, will you be there to receive its gift? Will you allow it to light not just the sky, but your path forward? The horizon is waiting. Your new day begins the moment you decide to meet it. Go, be there.